Alright, so I recently came back from Japan, and these are the packs that I got while I was there. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. That is a ton of boxes that I had to get from Japan. Well, luckily, they had their own gacha system where I paid 1,000 yen to get a random card labeled from C to double S tier. And on my first and only try, I got the double S tier, which included getting 7 of these boxes. Pretty crazy, right? Well, I guess going forward, I'm going to have a couple videos unboxing all of these packs, but we were also there for the release of Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. So, with all these boxes, we also got some individual packs. So, at least for today's video, we're just going to be opening all of these loose packs that we got from release day, since we realistically couldn't get any booster boxes from the Pokemon Center, but later on my Tokyo trip, we ended up winning 1 box of each of these. So, I will be opening these in a future video, but let's go ahead and see how our luck was on release day. Alright, let's go ahead and see which of these sets have the better hit. So I was lucky enough to actually be in Japan while these sets were being released. So I was able to go to 7-Elevens, Lawson's, and Family Marts. Ooh, we get a Mega Mawile to get these packs. Now they did limit us from how many packs we could get, so we had to travel around to a couple of different stores, and honestly, we got so many of these packs. But luckily, you know, I also had my family with me, and they were able to assist me in letting me open their packs. So thank you to my family for joining me on the trip. Ooh, we get the Ivysaur illustration. That's very nice. Now, I don't know what the rarity is for a lot of Japanese cards. Honestly, I wasn't even really looking to get a lot of Japanese cards. I think my main focus was to try and get a whole lot of Flareon cards, because that is what I am currently trying to master set. So, between Japanese Flareons and English Flareons, we got quite a bit of good cards that we can fill out for our binder. But yeah, not too big on opening a lot of Japanese cards. And also, get a little Strudel illustration from this one. So honestly, really good looking illustrations from this set. And also, when it came to Japanese releases, so within sort of like the week that the set had released, a lot of stores were actually selling a lot of the illustrations already, and honestly, not for too expensive ones. So we did pick up a lot of copies of some of the illustrations that I was looking for, mainly in the Mega Symphonia, just as individual cards. So hopefully, maybe if you pull a couple duplicates, you know, set them aside in my binder. There was also, I got to see firsthand how the pricing is for a lot of the trainers cards, especially the Lilies. The Lilies was probably the most expensive card that I saw from the set. The Venusaur EX, the regular one. So yeah, I don't know how big people are really into Japanese cards, but honestly, a lot of these cards look super sick from this set. I think I'm mainly looking forward to the Mega Absol as well as the Mega Latias EX. Those ones were so cool illustration cards, and I think the full arts just look just as good as the illustrations, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I spent about 2 weeks in Japan, you know, traversed around the main areas. Ooh, we got a Camerupt EX. So yeah, we spent 2 weeks around Japan. First landing in Osaka, then making our way to Kyoto, and then lastly into Tokyo. It was quite a fun trip. We also climbed Mount Fuji. It was very cold and it was very wet getting to the top. So definitely, we'll probably never do it again, but it was a fun trip overall. You know, especially getting all of those Pokemon packs. You know, I was quite lucky trying to go around into a bunch of different card shops in Tokyo, in Osaka, and managed to find a lot of good cards there. I definitely finished up a lot of the evolutions. So for Terrestrial Festival, I was mainly looking for those packs, but it was still, I want to say, it was decently priced over there. Nothing was too far expensive. Maybe in a couple stores they were a little bit more expensive, but we were able to buy a lot of the individual cards that we needed. The only one that we are now missing is going to be that Umbreon, the special illustration rare Umbreon for the Japanese set, and we are missing, I think, all of them from the English set. Ooh, we get the special illustration rare Venusaur. Now all we need is that little Bulbasaur, and we got a complete line of these ones. So yeah, it was very interesting to see like how Japanese set releases work. Because, you know, typically in the States, ooh, we get the Mega Absol. Mega Absol looks so cool. Yeah, typically here in the States, you know, we have our Walmarts, we have our Targets, we have our GameStops that often releases the new sets. But in Japan, it's often the 7-Elevens, the Lawsons, and the Family Marts that you can try to get some of these cards. Now, there was, the area that I was in, there wasn't too many that I was able to visit, but, you know, within the week that I was able to get there, you know, we checked every single 7-Eleven. Whenever we saw a Family Mart, we went ahead and checked it just in case. And whenever we saw a Lawson's, I think I've mainly found the cards that I needed through Lawson's. Majority of them did have it, and a lot of smaller shops. Ooh, and here's the full art Mega Absol. Honestly, it looks super sick. I love how they designed the full arts for these megas. Just having the regular Pokemon in the background, super sick looking. But yeah, I also don't know like specifically the hit rates for Japanese sets. The only one that I'm really familiar with is Terrestrial Festival, because that was the main set that I actually wanted to open up in order to get a lot of the evolutions for my Master Set binder. So that one's going to be one we're looking forward to. We get another Mega Absol EX. So yeah, I'd like to believe that a lot of the regular retail stores in Japan had a couple boxes that they set aside for customers. There was a pack limit, so I believe that when we went to a couple Lawson's, they were like, majority of them were like a limit of 5, and I know there was like a couple of smaller stores that were like limiting it to 2. We get the Mega Lucario, main guy of the set. But yeah, I saw majority of stores limiting it to 2 or between 5 of each set, so we were able to get a ton of these packs from these stores. But honestly, it was really cool just to see how these cards were released in Japan. I traversed around a lot of the Pokemon centers, you know, wasn't able to get too many packs, especially because from sets that I wanted, because I think majority of the time there was a lot of sets that were still sold out at the Pokemon Center, but they did have a few available. Ooh, I don't know what this card is in English, but it looks like a fighting boosting drink. Probably going to be useful for the Lucario deck. Honestly, really cool illustration. But yeah, we went, I believe the most packs that I was able to see was for their Ogerpon set, and there's not really too many cards I wanted to see for that. Ooh, we get the special art Steelix. That is such a good card. Oh, not special art, but the regular illustration rare, art rares, I think it's called in Japan, for the Steelix. Honestly, a lot of good hits from this set. Now, I believe, I don't know if this is still true, but I think that each booster box in the Japan sets are actually listed to have X amount of hits per case, or per box. I don't know how true that is really anymore, considering that we only really got loose packs, but honestly, going with a lot of these loose packs, it doesn't seem to be too bad of a thing to go for. So there is going to be a lot of common cards that we get from the set. But I actually don't really know what specific cards are going to be in these sets. You know, especially since I was on vacation, I didn't really try to look too much at what was releasing, what sets or what cards were in each of the sets. But definitely tried. Once I saw that some of these cards were releasing, you know, made it my mission to try and go and get some of these. because I thought it'd be really cool to be there while it was like the release date for the set in Japan. So thought it was a nice side quest. Didn't take much videos or recordings of my trip, so probably gonna be posting a couple of individual pictures on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely had enjoyed my 2 weeks there. All right, we got 3 packs left for this first set. And I think majority of the illustrations that I'm going to be looking for is in Mega Symphonia, but it looks like we're reaching a lot of the common cards from these packs. Now, the one thing I do know is that there is a gold Lucario and a gold Gardevoir that is highly sought after in these sets. Ooh, we get another Shroodle. It looks like you get duplicates of the art rares. But then again, I'm also wondering if maybe I got split boxes from this new set. So they're actually pretty big booster boxes. So I'm wondering if maybe they had multiple booster boxes and I was able to get a split batch. All right. Oh, we got actually a ton of cards. We got a couple of regular EXs. We got a lot of illustration rares. But yeah, let's see. We got the special illustration rare Venusaur. Only missing the Bulbasaur now. So maybe if I can just find the Japanese Bulbasaur, we can go ahead and go for that. But not too bad for the first set of packs for the Mega Brave. Let's go ahead and get into the Mega Symphonia. Alright, so this set, I'm actually really looking forward to the special art Gardevoir from this set. It looks so clean, it looks super nice, and I really wouldn't mind having it mostly as a collection piece. A lot of these cards, you know, a lot of the illustration cards, I feel like it's a lot cheaper to find them in Japanese than in English, so just having them for like art pieces for my personal binder is really nice to have. Yeah, because I haven't been keeping up on the playability of a lot of these cards for the TCG. You know, I'm still rocking my Evolution deck, but definitely going to be wanting to make some sort of move to other decks. You know, definitely want to make a variety of other decks. So going to be probably trying to gauge how things happen at Worlds, and then maybe sort of take a look at what the plan is for what's going to happen afterwards. Because I know at Worlds, you know, there's often big announcements on newest set releases on what they want to do. Ooh, we get a Mega Gardevoir. That's very nice. And I really like these illustrations that they have. So yeah, I definitely love to know the plan of how the TCG is going to form within the next couple of years. Especially with Legends ZA around the corner, you know, we're starting to see a lot of new Pokemon stuff happening. So definitely looking forward to Legends ZA, looking forward to what's going to happen with the TCG, and if we're going to see a whole lot of newer Mega Pokemon for future sets. Ooh, we get the Clauncher. Oh yeah, we get the Clauncher. Clawitzer? Claw. Mr. Claw. Mr. Claw illustration. Honestly, looks super sick. Definitely love these cards. But yeah, I would love to see once they really reveal what megas they're gonna have in Legends ZA. I really wonder what they're gonna do for the TCG, if they're gonna bring brand new cards for the new megas. More than likely, we're probably gonna get another mega set sometime later this year. I think it was actually shown that there is going to be a new Charizard, a Mega Charizard, and Mega Gengar that's going to be part of the next set. So definitely going to be looking forward to opening those ones. I mean, hopefully, and I really mean hopefully, it's going to be a little bit easier to find Pokemon products in English, because honestly, it's become really difficult. And I think Black and White, it's starting to like slow down a bit on not being able to find products. I think Black and White, I'm able to find a decent amount of products still in stores, but you know, hopefully it doesn't surge back like, you know, for Dustin Rivals, Prismatic Evolutions. So hopefully we can start finding more Black and White cards. So hopefully we can start finding a lot more future sets of cards because even ordering off of the Pokemon Center itself has been really difficult. I definitely missed a couple drops. I missed the one for this set in English, so the Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. Wasn't able to get any pre-orders for either of the sets, so quite a bummer. But we got a whole lot of Japanese boxes that we can open up, especially for the illustration rares, which I don't mind too much. I don't really know the playability of a lot of these cards, but we've definitely got a lot of illustrations that we want to look forward to. So I saw a couple on the shelves. Definitely saw a couple of illustrations that some of them were fairly cheap, so I went ahead and got some of them, but others were still quite expensive. So definitely looking forward to, man, this Mega Symphonia one is actually drying up. So maybe we're gonna get all of our hits in the end. All right, so we get a Ninjask. Honestly, pretty cool looking card. I definitely want to get, you know, some of the ETBs just so that I can have the booklet. I mainly like having the boxes. As you can see from my background, we keep a lot of the ETB boxes, but I also like having the set guide list just so I can visually see what cards are in each of the sets. Ooh, we get a Snover. Honestly, a really cute card. So here's where we get all of our big hits in the Mega Symphonia. You know, we were just slowing down in the beginning with all of the common packs just so that we can hit all of the bangers right here towards the middle of the end of the set. Oh, back to back to back. Let's go. We get a little Stuffle, I believe. It's funny because I don't remember a lot of these Pokemon's names, and so when I see them in Japanese, I like have to guess what the pre-evolutions are, because I know it's like, you know, that one evolves into Beware, but I don't typically recall what the beginning evolution is for that one. All right, back to the common ones we go. So yeah, let me know what you guys have been looking forward to in your sets, especially if you're able to get any English product for this set, because I know it's been very difficult. There's a lot of scalpers out there trying to sell product at a super high cost, because it's still very difficult to try and find product. So I'm hoping that maybe the Pokemon Company will start printing out a lot more of these products. And I know there's going to be a whole lot of collection boxes that are supposed to be releasing. I saw the Mega Latios one for sale from a couple of the online stores. So definitely going to be looking to maybe picking one of those up, because I really like how Mega Latios actually looks. So I'm hoping that by that time, you know, can get a couple of the English ones. I think by that time, I'll probably know what kind of deck I want to play, especially since, you know, there's already a whole bunch of videos out right now that, you know, can show what are the good cards, what are the decent cards, what are like the more popular decks. I'm a big meta player, so definitely going to be a part of that, and hopefully I definitely want to see how the new megas are going to affect these cards. Ooh, we get, I don't know what this one is. It looks like the Mega Evolution Stone for it, but you know, it's a neat full art. I really like how they do a lot of these full arts. I kind of like some of the full arts more than I like the illustrations sometimes, but I definitely should have looked at. Ooh, we get nothing. We get another thing here. Ooh, we get the Mega Manectric full art. This one is a super sick one. I recently saw a Japanese YouTuber do a video on this one, and it's got like a big KO move for the second one. Don't really know how to. I can't read it, but you know, very exciting. All right, so we got a couple packs left. Can we get the special illustration rare for this Mega Symphonia deck, like we did for the Mega Brave one? Or is the Mega Brave one just gonna wash this one out? Ooh, getting the more common ones. I'm definitely more interested to see once I'm able to open up all of the booster boxes to see what we can get, and I'm especially looking forward to the Terrestrial Festival one, because that's the one I was really gonna try and buy like an individual box of that one, but when I won the lottery on getting all of those boxes, I was like, well, I guess I'm saving a couple of yen and buying a couple more individual ones. So it was definitely pretty lucky there. Ooh, we get the Mega Latias EX. So this one's going to be really sick. I really like the special illustration rare of this one. Probably be one of my chase cards, especially still looking for the Mega Gardevoir. All right, so we got 3 packs left. Let's see if we can get anything good from this one. We still also have 2 separate boxes of this set. So can definitely open up more packs to see if we can get the Mega Gardevoir. Looks like a regular rare. Yeah, we get the Xerneas. Last pack. So let's see if maybe we can get a special illustration rare from this one. We get, no, just a bunch of commons. So definitely pulled a lot more from the Mega Brave set rather than the Mega Symphonia set. So definitely taking the win here with the Mega Lucario. But let me know if you guys were able to get any of English products for yourself. And before you guys leave, I was also informed that I did not give the code cards out for the last 2 ETBs that I opened up. So, if you want the code cards for them, we're just going to go ahead and open them now. So, oh, we get 2 of them. Very nice. I really like this Thundurus. Oh, we get a Pokemon Center stamp one and a non-one. So, here's a code card for the Thundurus. And we get double of the Tornadus. So, if you're looking for these promo cards, here you go. We got the Tornadus one here. So, let me know if you guys are able to secure any packs for yourselves. And have a great rest of your weekend.